Hi there. Today's video is a little different. Instead of going and building some hardware projects or repairing stuff or programming a game, I'm going to show you how to get a retro computer collection for free. And this is not clickbait. I'm showing you how I did this because my collection was completely free of charge. I show you how to use the various platforms like eBay and Craigslist and stuff like that. How to start, how to get money, how to make money, how to find the right deals, all the good stuff. If you have seen some other of my videos, you may already know that my main profession is to do business coaching. So I show people how to build businesses around their ideas and their passion. So my channel is not a business. My channel is just pure fun for me. I'm not making any money of this, but you might want to make some money with retro computers or make this even your living. And if you want to, then definitely stick with this video because this is the how to make money with retro computers or build a collection for free. So let's get right into it. Tip number one, how to get the money to start. When I started my retro computer collection, I was lucky enough to have some starting money. So I could use some money and invest it in machines and then sell machines and buy new machines. But you may be at a place right now, since Corona hit and all that stuff, that you don't have any money to spend on retro computing. So if that is the place you're in right now, my first idea would be to go through all the stuff that you own and check if you have any emotional attachment to it. If you don't have any emotional attachment to it, just put it in a pile, list it on eBay. And how you do this and what the best way is to list stuff on eBay, I will show you in a minute. But that is a pretty good starting point. It doesn't have to be computers or stuff. You can sell anything you like. And you may wonder how much money there is in stuff that you actually don't need or don't want anymore. So go in your attic, go in your cellars, check unopened drawers, all that stuff. Go and see if you can have anything you can make money off. And that is pretty much what I did when I had no money. I just went through stuff and checked if I had anything to sell that might be of value for someone else. Then if you have the money, and I'm thinking about, let's say, $100 or 100 euros, then we go and check tip number two. And tip number two is use all platforms. There's not only eBay. You might think there's only eBay for retro computing, but actually there's Facebook Marketplace, there's Craigslist, there's eBay Kleinanzeigen in Germany. There are different classified platforms all around the world. So don't just stick to eBay, check other platforms. Maybe go and get in contact with people who clear out houses. I have some of these contacts and they actually call me from time to time and have interesting offers like lots of old PCs or old computers and stuff like that. That is also a good starting point. So get a network of people who give you tips, who tell you when there's a sale in some thrift store or if there's something interesting on eBay or stuff like that. So to show you how to use a platform correctly, let me show you how I do eBay. On eBay, the first and probably major rule is that you don't just browse through eBay. In eBay, you can actually set searches, and these searches can send you emails. And the magic of search is that you use two different approaches, because I myself can't always be on eBay, but I want to know if there's a good offer right now and I want to grab it. So what I do is I check eBay at least once a day or every evening in my case. And what I do is I have a search that is for auctions ending soon, and that gives me a list of all the auctions that end in, let's say, the next 24 hours. So I go and browse the next 24 hours and see if there's anything interesting in my category, which is usually computers or retro computing, stuff like that. I have a second search that is new and buy now. So all items that are entered new into the system and have a buy now option I will check also in my category. So if there comes up anything interesting, I will specifically go and buy it now. And I'm not the only one who does this, because I can see how fast stuff gets snagged up even before I can go and click. But sometimes I get lucky. So you can set email alarms and you will get a notification if there's something specific. Let's say you're looking for an Amiga 3000, which is pretty rare. And if there's a buy now offer right now, you want to know this. So I set a notification or an email alarm for that specific search, which is Amiga 3000 or Commodore Amiga 3000 with the buy now option. And if that comes in, I get a notification and I can check it out. The third thing is that you go and search for your stuff in wrong categories. I often get good deals because people place items in the wrong category. Let's say you only search the retro computing stuff and someone put an Amiga 1000 in the PC section. Not in the retro section, but in the actual PC section, because he doesn't know what an Amiga 1000 is. So what you can do from time to time is just go and search for specific items over all categories. And that often gives some interesting results. There's a fourth option for search, and that is, let's say you have a game like Day of the Tentacle or Maniac Mansion or the Great Gianna Sisters for the Amiga, which are pretty rare and expensive. So oftentimes people don't know what they have, especially if parents sell their kids stuff and or some houses get cleared and you have just bundled stuff. So go and check the bundles. I very, very often get good deals in bundles. And that brings us to number 3, which is buy bundles. For me, the most interesting offers are those which have lots of stuff for a relatively low price. Say you can buy a C64 for $100 or €100, or you can buy a bundle of C64s, maybe 4 or 5, for $250. So instead of buying the $100 C64, I go and buy the bundle for $250 and split it up and make some money. And yeah, most of the time when I buy bundles, I get stuff which is more valuable than the machine itself. So say some games, some rare controllers, some books which are rare and sell for 50, 60, maybe €100 or dollars. So these are the most interesting things for me. So go and buy bundles if you can, if you have the money for buying bundles. Now let's get to the selling side of things. If you buy a C64 for, let's say, 30, 40 euros or dollars, and you then sell it, maybe the most important tip I can give you is bundle up. So don't sell a naked C64 with no TV cable and stuff like that. Bundle it so that the guy who buys it from you, or the girl, can actually use it. Oftentimes my bundles or my offers are a little pricier than that from others, but I show that they work, which is another tip which comes in a minute. And most importantly, I always tell people that you have all you need to start that. If you have a cheap dataset, put it in. If you have some cheap games, put them in. If you have a cheap joystick, put it in. It's better to have a complete bundle and set than to sell a naked machine. Another kind of offer I really like is, I call this easy repairs. Since I'm doing repairs on my channel and I'm doing this for a few years now without doing videos, I generally know what are easy repairs. Say you have, for example, a C64 which doesn't turn on. In 99% of the cases, this is a defective power switch. So just changing the power switch gives this machine new life. I had a Sony Game Gear. I bought that from actually a video game trader, and he said the machine was dead, but the power came on, and I read a few days before this offer that there's actually a brightness dial on the side of the Game Gear, and most people think the screen is dead when in fact only the brightness is turned down. So on that hunch, I bought that Game Gear, and lo and behold, nothing was dead or defective. It was just the brightness knob or the brightness dial completely turned too low. So by just turning the dial, the Game Gear came back to life. Same goes for most Nintendo systems, where you have cartridges, where you just have to clean the cartridge slot or a cartridge itself, or like the Pokemon games where you just have to switch out a battery, which is just 2 solder points on a PCB. So these are easy repairs and everybody can do this, and that turns an item which is worthless or dead into an item which maybe making some profit, 10, 20, 100 euros, I don't know. Tip number 7 is be rude to a certain degree. That means if there is an eBay listing where you can make an offer, make a ridiculous offer. Oftentimes there is someone who sells a C64, let's say a C64 because it's the prime example of what's out there right now, sells a C64 for 115 euros. Buy now. And I often go and make an offer of 50 or 40 euros because I know that if I can get it for 30 or 40 or 50 euros, I can make a profit. So I go and buy it. Because if I make a profit, I can get other machines, I can do other projects on the channel. Because my idea is to not use my hard-earned cash from my, let's call it day job, to buy these machines, but to buy machines by selling other machines or providing some other kind of service around this retro stuff. So I want to have this contained and self-sufficient, and maybe even make some money that I can use for other things, like my Star Wars hobbies or Lego or whatever. So be rude sometimes. Don't be too rude, but if you're a professional seller on eBay, you know that you can also set the limits, and if there's a totally ridiculous offer, this will get auto rejected and there's no harm done. The seller won't even notice. Tip number 8 would be divide and rule. That is true for bundles that you buy. So you take a bundle and you split it up into separate lots and resell on eBay. But that can also be true for, say, dead motherboards. I see this often on eBay, that people take machines, buy them, and desolder all the components and sell the components separately. It's not a great way, and I wouldn't recommend it, and I wouldn't do it, but it is a way to make maybe 200 euros or dollars instead of 100 euros from, say, a C64 that you buy and that is dead. And if you have a C64 where you can test the components, you can easily make some money with this. So it's a bit more work, but it's a way to make money, and if you're into it and have time at your hand, why not do this? Tip number 9 would be show, don't tell. That is something that is often said in movies, and bad movies tell and good movies show. I'm a big fan of show, don't tell on eBay. Oftentimes there's an offer which says in working condition, but there's no picture proving the working condition. So the best you can do is, or the most important thing you can do first is, if you make an offer on eBay, show everything you are selling in picture number 1, the main picture. Because oftentimes there's only a joystick or a book and it says C64 lot, or it just says C64. And you have to browse to all the pictures just to get to the point where you get an idea of what the guy or girl is selling there. So most importantly, make a good picture of all the stuff you sell in one picture, which is super important. The second thing is, if you tell people that it's working, show that it's working, because it gives the people that little push in your direction when they are deciding if they buy the working thing from someone who says it works versus you who shows that it works, which is super, super, super important. And it makes all the difference, and you can easily get 10 or 20% more for something that is shown to be working. Tip number 10 would be only keep what has meaning to you. And I'm a collector and I tend to hoard stuff. So I have 5 or 6 C64s, I have 5 or 6 Amstrad CPCs, I have books, videos, Blu-rays, stuff and stuff and stuff. But once a year I go and check if something has meaning for me. Is there an emotional attachment to that what I'm holding in my hand? That could be a machine I built, like this C64 handheld. I will never get rid of this C64 handheld because it cost me weeks of my life to build this, to get through this, to get this working. This has an emotional attachment. Then on the other hand, I have something like the Pi case, which is for the Raspberry Pi 3. I still have this here, but I could also list this on eBay. I have no attachment to this. There's no emotion attached to this little case. It's nice, and I bought it, and it worked for a few weeks until I got the Raspberry Pi 4. But there's no emotional attachment, so this will go up on eBay or any other kind of platform. When you're thinking about how to make some starting money to start a collection or to start a business selling retro computers or any stuff, check if there's items that you have no emotional attachment to and put them on a pile. They are just piling up, you're just hoarding. Think about what this item gives you, and if it doesn't give you anything, get rid of it. Yeah, these are the 10 tips, but I have 3 more tips, and these are 3 bonus tips. Tip number 1 would be know your prices. That is especially interesting if you compare the retro prices from 2020 to 2021. In 2020, I sold Amiga 600s for 120, 130 euros, which is pretty much the same in dollars. If you go on eBay now, you find these for 250, 300. So the prices have changed radically. And this can happen in the span of some weeks, maybe some days, or a year, but it will happen. And the easiest way to check for if there is a change in price is to go and check the eBay sold comps. So you can go on eBay and let eBay show you the only sold listings. And then you can see what an Amiga 600 sold for right now, or a C64 or whatever. So know your prices, very, very important, and it makes a difference in keeping stock and stuff that you maybe want to sell and selling quickly. Bonus tip number 2 is never ever do auctions unless. So eBay has 2 types of selling formats. The first one would be the auction, which is the classic eBay way of getting rid of stuff. But we don't want to get rid of stuff. We want to make profit. We want to grow our collection or make some money. So it's a bad idea to let the buyer dictate how much you can get for an item. First and most important, you have to do only buy nows. And if I sell stuff, I always do buy now, and I also do make me an offer. Always keep in mind that you have to add shipping cost and that you have to pay for eBay and its payment service. So that is in the range of 10%. So make sure that you actually make a profit and that not only eBay makes a profit if you're selling on eBay. Now to the unless part. Don't do an auction unless if you have a very special item and you know that it is very, very valuable, you can try buy now. But if there are no sold comps and if it's a very rare item, you should do an auction. But if you do an auction, don't just do an auction. Do an auction and post that item in the Facebook groups, post it wherever you think there could be someone who would be interested in it. Because else it will just be in this huge pile of stuff which is sold on eBay every day and every week and every month. You have to stick out. You have to tell people that there's a special offer and a special item so that the auction really gets going. If you just put it up for auction and you are unlucky, there's a holiday season somewhere or it's bad timing and the auction ends at midnight, then you're fucked. You will sell an item for much less than it could have sold for, and that is really, really bad. And that brings us to the final tip of this video, and that is know when. I often make good deals because I bid on auctions that end, say, at 2 in the night, and there's nobody else awake to make an offer there. So I'm the only bidder, or someone has made a bid and I can just outbid them because they are asleep. So there are days and times which work good for eBay, and maybe you know this already. But the perfect time for eBay, at least here in Germany, is Sundays at 7 or 8 in the evening, because that's when all the people are in front of their TVs and on their second device, a smartphone or a PC or an iPad, checking eBay. There are bad times. In Germany, this is, for example, Saturdays in the morning or in the afternoon, because people are going around shopping. Never ever start an auction early in the morning or late at night, because there are just too few people who can see this and are still awake to take part in the auction. So be smart, use the perfect timing, check when all the good stuff has sold over the sold comms, and check when did they sell. And as I said, Sunday evening is probably pretty good bet that you can make some money. These are my tips for making or creating a collection without spending any money. So the idea is you get some starting money, say $100 or 100 euros. You buy some good offers, maybe a small bundle or a few machines. Take them, put them on eBay, do them as buy now. Let them make you an offer. Bundle them with a joystick or stuff like that, so that you have a complete package to sell and a ready-to-go package. Show that it's working, if it's working. Be honest about the state of the stuff. Test it properly. If you're selling it as working, then it should work, so you don't get any returns. Make nice photos, and nice photos just mean that there's light. I can actually see what's in the photo. Oftentimes there are photos of just a part of the bundle or part of the machine, or they are so dark that I can't even see it. Or someone used this eBay function where you can cut out the background and it just looks like shit, and things are cut out and stuff like that. Don't do that. Just show a clean picture of what you're selling, and if the price is right, people will buy it. And if you do a buy now and you show how it works and that it works, people are also willing to pay 10 or 20% more just to be sure that they get a proper item. Make sure that you package it well. So package well, you know, I'm very sensitive to bad packaging, if you have seen my retro packages videos. And use the money you make there to buy stuff for your collection, or buy bigger bundles, split them again, sell them again, make money again. So this is pretty much the way I got all the stuff in this room here. I paid for nothing, maybe except for my Mac and my PC over here, which is property of my company. But all the other stuff you see here is just bought from building my collection, from a very modest, I guess, 100 euros, which I invested. And now I have, let's say, 50, 60 machines around here. Some are more valuable than others. But yeah, so use this technique and these tips to grow your collection and get a retro collection completely free of charge. Yeah, one final, let's call it the fourth bonus tip, and it's more of a joke between me and Charlie Horn, a viewer of this channel, who asked me how did I get my Commodore PET into my office without my wife noticing. And I quoted Einstein, who said that time and space is the same. So if you remember Pulp Fiction and the guy who smuggled the watch through wartime, Christopher Walken, well, that is the answer. You can either smuggle a very small item for a very long time, or you can smuggle a very tall item for a very short time. Think about it. I want people to have a good life. I have a good life and I'm very thankful for this, and I want other people to have a good life. So if you see this video and you think, hey, I can't do this, drop me a comment and I will try to help. This whole retro community is something special for me. The world outside, and I call this the world outside of this room, has gone crazy. And people are at each other's throats, at least here in Germany, and I know in other countries too, because of stupid things. And I see in the retro community there's this brother or sisterhood, there is the kindness, there is this willingness to help, to share knowledge, and to enable people to do things better or do at all. So this channel is just for that cause, to help people get better, for me to get better, to finish projects, to start projects, to help you out there do the repairs, do programming, maybe make a career out of it, like I did when I was 12 and had my first video game, and I knew instantly computers are my future. So no matter what you need, drop it in the comments and I will try to provide it on this channel, through video at least. Thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. Let me also know in the comments if you want me to go further into these topics of how to build a collection, how to sell, how to make money, how to get good deals, stuff like that. Until next time, bye-bye.
Thank you for watching Retro is the New Black. If you are new to the channel, please like and subscribe. If you like the video, please share. Every like, share, and comment helps a lot. Until next time, bye-bye.